guys, my name is Sam. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my December wrap up. So I ended up reading 9 books in December, which I'm really proud of because the most I had ever read was 7 in a month, multiple months actually. So breaking that streak for the last month of the year and actually helping me hit 70 books for the year was really awesome. So I'm excited to jump in and talk about the books today. First book that I read in the month of December was actually a carryover from November. I just didn't finish it in time, and that was King of Wrath by Anna Huang. This is the first book in her Kings of Sin series, following Vivian and Dante in a marriage of convenience. I don't really have much to say about this book because I loved it and there was really nothing that I would change about it. I really enjoyed the progression of their relationship and love and being able to see the character development in Dante and how he became soft for someone. It was really cute, and books like these are just solidifying Anna Huang as a favorite author of all time. Her writing is really beautiful. This book made me cry a couple times, and I just really enjoyed it. This one was a 5-star for me. Then I read Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which is a STEM romance following Jack and Elsie, who start to date after meeting under false pretenses that she dates his brother. This one ended up being a 4-star for me because I felt like pre-relationship, they were really cute together and I loved the banter and their relationship in general. But as soon as they became like a couple, everything was about sex, and honestly, those scenes weren't even that great to me. I've definitely read better spice. I just wanted more on-page progression between them, and it definitely could have been a 5-star. Next in the month, I read Starry Night by Debbie McCumber. Nikki, if you're watching this, please log off or skip ahead because I don't want you to hear me bash one of your favorite books of all time. But I did send you my notes on the book, so you're already pretty aware of what I'm about to say. This book follows Carrie, who gets a challenge from her paper to score an interview with an underground author who no one has ever tracked down. And when she does track him down, they meet and they fall in love hard and fast. There were so many things that didn't work for me in this book, and the only real reason that I didn't just put it down was because the audiobook was really short. But I am slowly becoming aware that I don't like insta love, and in this situation there was no way it was gonna work for me because they were in love after 36 hours. That's just a little dragged for me. Like, she was calling this guy her man and saying that she was leaving her heart behind after knowing him for 36 hours. Like, it wasn't even just that they fell in love, forced proximity, whatever the case may be. They literally had just met. They weren't talking prior. They didn't know each other beforehand. They were stuck in a cabin together for 36 hours, and that's it. That was her man. And you know what? You could stick beside him, but I just feel like it's a little insane.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Then there were just other things that happened, and I'm not trying to spoil the book, but I really just need to talk about this. For instance, one, he would talk a lot about being jealous because she had to work with men. And in our day and age, I know this book was written a long time ago, 2013 to be exact, but in our day and age, we very much have that mindset of, if you can't handle a bad bitch, don't be with a bad bitch. So for me, the fact that you think it's a problem that I have to, like, this is my job, I have to work, so you're mad because men work with me, blew my mind. Then another thing was, she had a date that was pre-planned apparently, like months before this or weeks before this, whatever the case may be. But she came back from this snowstorm with this man who was her man, and they were dating or whatever, but she still proceeded to go on this date because it was pre-planned. If you pre-plan a date and now have a boyfriend, why are you still going on said date? I'm confused. Last but not least, the side characters, pretty much all of them, but especially Sophie, annoyed me because everybody was badgering her about information about this guy, but then like when they finally found out, it was kind of like, oh, this is not gonna work. Like, you're annoying, shut up. Why do you want to be in my business? And then when I tell you my business, you're like, You're absolutely fucking insane. Mind your business then, which I was trying to get you to do the whole time when I didn't want to tell you shit. Anyways, sorry for that rant. Yeah, this book got a 1 star from me. Once again, I'm so sorry, Nikki, because I honestly only picked it up because she raved about it in one of her TBR videos, talking about how she was going to read it like she does every year. And then I was like, ooh, this sounds good. Let me pick it up. And now I feel bad that I did that because I don't want her to know that I dislike this book so much. So again, sorry to you. Moving on. The next book that I read in the month was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. And if you haven't watched my top 10 video already, please go do so. I'll link it down below. But most of you will already know that this made it in my top 10 books of the year. It was absolutely phenomenal. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I did in that video and you can go check that out. But this is the second in the Part of Your World series following Brianna and Jacob, who are 2 doctors that start to fake date and end up falling in love. Everything about this was pure perfection. And to perfectly wrap up what I'm saying or how I was feeling when I was reading this book, I'm gonna roll a clip of me in the midst of reading from a scrapped vlog. Aside from the fact that she just knows how to write the sweetest main male characters in the entire fucking world, the side plots, like the things that are actually happening in their real lives, are so relatable and hard-hitting that the story just does something for me. And I find it crazy because I feel like a lot of people said that they didn't like this one as much as they liked the first one. And if I'm being honest, I'm liking this one more because of the topics that are being discussed and the relatability of having hard fucking times. Like, I'm about to cry. Like, this book is just this book is hitting me in the feels and I can't. Jacob, you mean to tell me you ain't never heard drunk minds speak sober thoughts? She said what she said and you're like, ugh, there's no way this is real. She's not going to remember it in the morning. Yada, yada, yada. Fucking get over it. This miscommunication shit, it's not even hitting me in the... It's not even hitting me in the I'm starting to dislike the book, it's losing stars kind of way. But it's just like, I'm about to mollywop somebody. Get it together. I'm at the 70% mark of the book. I'm finishing it today, and I need all the things, all the beautiful, wonderful, romantic things to fucking happen, and I need it to happen now. And that's my update. I'll be back when I finish the book. I keep saying I'm going to update you when I'm done with the book, and then shit keeps happening. We're in the 3rd act conflict right now, and all I can say is... I'm mad. I'll be back. So as you can see, this book really had me in shambles. And once again, I'm not going to say too much. If you haven't read it, please go do. So it is, it shall always be. Yeah. Anyways, the next book that I read was If You Give a Grump a Holiday Wish List. I solely picked this up because I wanted to get into that holiday Christmas romance vibe. This book is about a grumpy boss who wants his assistant to work so much that he decides to follow her home and be her fake boyfriend so that they can continue having their meetings and doing their work, and ends up helping her complete her holiday wish list. Honestly, don't remember much about this book. It was mid for me. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I do remember though that I enjoyed the Christmas vibe of it. The atmosphere of the writing was perfect. However, the relationship between the 2 of them felt a little awkward to me. He was really sweet when he was her boyfriend, but then really rough when they were intimate, and it kind of threw me off. It made me feel like the author was trying too hard to write spice, and that I didn't really enjoy. Next, I read The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart, which was the Sweeney Readers pick for December. And this is a second chance romance between Eli and Whitney, who spend the holidays together unexpectedly. unexpectedly. The whole time I read this, it was giving 3-star energy. On the last day that I was reading it, I stood up until like 3 o'clock in the morning to finish it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bump it up to the 4 because it really got my attention right now. The reason why I felt like I wasn't really feeling this book was because the family was a little too crazy and overwhelming for me. A lot of people felt like the family was so realistic and done really well because this is probably what people have in their everyday life. But for me, some of the things that they talked about together was kind of cringe. Like, you really aren't saying those things around your mother and your father, or they're not saying those things to you. That's just me. But that was one thing. And then 2, I found it hard to believe that Eli and Whitney belonged together for a long time in this book because he seemed to be manipulative in the flashbacks. The way that he acted towards her and the way that she was just supposed to suck it up and deal with the mood swings and the bipolarness. However, the reveal of it all really made it come together for me, and that is why I ultimately gave the book 4 stars. Then again, I picked up a book that was not on my TBR just for the Christmas vibes, and that was Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borison. This book follows Stella, who recruits her best friend Luca to be her fake boyfriend to try and win a contest for money to save her Christmas tree farm. It ultimately ended up being a 3.5 after the whole year of me saying I wasn't going to be doing half ratings. I felt like it needed that little boost. The main problems that I had with this book, while it was cute and I liked the banter and I enjoyed the atmosphere once again, the trope is fake dating, and it never felt fake because they were pretty much in a real relationship the entire time, even before they decided to fake date. Like, them being best friends and the way that they were with each other was never fake. So the trope didn't give, and I also felt like the 3rd act breakup didn't make sense. Then to continue with the Christmas ambiance and to continue on with the series, I decided to pick Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas, which is the little novella in the ACOTAR world. This was a really short, sweet little story. I enjoyed the break from the politics of all their courts and the world. I loved having all of the POVs from multiple characters that we probably would have never gotten insight from. Obviously, I loved Reese, and he's the best mate in the world. It was just a nice little story. I ended up giving this 5 stars. Last but not least, this was a book that I started early on in the month and then ended up reading all these other books before it because it just really dragged for me. But that is Caught on Camera by Chelsea Curto. This is a friends to lovers fake dating romance where a kiss cam kiss between the friends go viral, and they decide to fake date throughout the holidays to get through it, appease the media, appease their families, and have somebody to attend events with each other. The reason this book took me so long was it started out really good. Honestly, the kiss cam was swoon worthy and their relationship with each other was really great, but after a while it began to drag. Like, during their fake dating relationship, they started to feel more and more immature to me. The characters were in their 40s, but it honestly read like a college romance. Like, they were in their 40s calling each other Sean Yawn and Lace Face. And if that's not immature, I don't know what is. And that was really ugly. Not to mention that this matureness and cringiness carried over into the spice, and overall a lot of the conversations that they had were repetitive. However, I did like that this brought a lot of awareness to mental health, specifically anxiety, and overall their relationship wasn't that bad. So this was another one I gave 3.5 stars. And that was everything that I read in December. If you read any of these and agree or disagree, please let me know down in the comments below. Aside from Nikki and Starry Night, once again, I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.